I was so scared when my mom asked me that question. I was so taken aback. What's my plan? What's my plan? What's my plan? What's my plan? And it's funny because sometimes you have a plan, but like I said, you don't believe in it sometimes. Sometimes you're facing the biggest obstacle that you're facing in your life is discouragement, right? And that discouragement, oh man, let me tell you something about that. Kendra said it before. That's the devil's favorite tool. My dad says the same thing. That's the devil's favorite tool. Devil be like, oh, that works every time sometimes, like, man, it's real and it's real powerful. It's real powerful. I have this vision, of course, like a lot of you guys may already say this, to me, because I'd be reading in the comments and stuff like that, that, I'm anointed to preach. And let me tell you something, I really appreciate that. Like, thank you. And I believe it. I believe it also. But I will say that, sometimes I'm scared because the world I'm from, I don't know about you guys, but the world I'm from, right, there's not all these whole bunch of mega churches with pastors making a lot of money. And that's a good thing, I guess. But it's like, well, sometimes it's a good thing, right? And not just because the church has a lot of money doesn't mean anything's corrupt. But like, for me, like, one thing that's really been big about me is like, I want to be financially stable. And I want to take care of my family and not worry about Nathan. My mom and my dad came from Nigeria. They worked their butt off. I see the benchmark that they have set, and they've set us up very nice, very nice. But I feel like I need to surpass that benchmark, right? And when I look into the future, I'm thinking like, man, I could try to, go in this industry and get a job and so. But then at the same time, I could go to seminary school and double down on this ministry, double down on preaching the word of God. But the thing is, if I go to seminary school, Bible college, then how do I, what if something fails in the end, and how do I translate those skills, those years that I spent in Bible college, to anything else? They don't really translate to anything else. And these are things that are rushing through my mind, and I'm scared to move anywhere forward. I'm scared about the future. I'm scared to slip and fall. I'm scared and I'm scared and I'm scared because I forgot that I will not be forsaken. Hey, sometimes I lose myself also. It was funny because, one thing I thought about was like, I forgot the most important thing in anybody's life. What's the most important thing? I forgot my name. Dude, my name is Emmanuel. You know what Emmanuel means? It means God with us. The reason why I was so captured by that question was because I forgot about God's supreme power, and I forgot that he was with me. I forgot that if God has called me to preach, and I'm preaching to myself at this time too, because man, but if God has called me to preach, then I'm going to preach, and anything I need, he's going to provide for me because of his sovereign power. And he is sovereign over every facet of my life. He's sovereign over, there's not a hair that falls from my head without him knowing. You got to remember that. And I needed to remember that because I forgot my name. I forgot that God is with me.